Knock this in. 31 pickup right here. Smart. Don't think about our offense. Guard for me, all right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Down.
Inside Notre Dame basketball with Mike Brey is presented by Team Notre Dame members Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and Sprint. Inside Notre Dame basketball is also brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy, Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.
Welcome, Irish fans, to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Brey. I'm Jack Nolan. He, of course, is the head coach of the Fighting Irish. Pretty good week for your team, your first ACC Conference winning streak, and your first ACC Conference road win.
Very good week for us, Jack. So proud of our group in Boston, especially our New England guys. Connaughton, Knight, and August in their homecoming all played well. Tough one on the road at Miami, but in February, I think we're getting better.
Hey, if you can go 1-1 the rest of the way, you're going to end up with a pretty decent season. And when we come back, we will take you to Conti Forum and Chestnut Hill, just outside of Boston, where a couple of Massachusetts natives and a Maine native turned in outstanding performances in front of friends and family to help lead the Irish to a much-needed road win over BC.
When you have the most live college football,
food's ready.
Okay, coming.
All you want to do is watch college football. With Xfinity from Comcast, you get the most live college football, including ESPN Go Line and Watch ESPN. You can't get all that with satellite. So switch to the Xfinity HD Premier XZ Triple Play or ask about other bundles starting as low as $99 a month for a year.
Your home for the most live sports. Xfinity.
One more. Let's go, yo. One more. One more time. Come on. One more. Let's get it. Let's go.
Proven hydration to help replace what you sweat out.
One more championship. Let's go.
Folks, I've learned over the years, it is tough to take kids home to play in their hometown. You didn't just have one high-profile player going to his hometown. You had 3 going to their home area, and they all played well.
3 key guys coming home, very worried about it. And you're right, Jack. What I was so proud of, all 3 of them delivered in a big-time road win for us.
Take a look at the beautiful city of Boston. You got off to a good start.
We did. Pat Connaughton got us off to a great start, Jack. Curling right there. He really is in gear early in the game. And again, just so proud and so impressed with how he embraced having about 500 people cheering him on. We fade screen him right there, and he's off to the races. That was a great screen by Garrick Sherman right there. Defensively here on this end of the floor, the one thing this team can do is make 3-point shots. We gave up 6 in the first half. We were better in the second half. Good movement right there in transition. Pat with a drive, but we did a good job getting the ball down the floor. Excellent screen by Tom Knight, and it opens him up for a roll. Tom Knight, big-time minutes off the bench. He's been a key offensive rebounder for us. Nice probe by Eric. Tom Knight again on the backboard, just battling. He continues to give us energy off the bench. Out of bounds under situation, Pat with a nice little move. He and Sherm have developed this little go behind handoff, and he really gets his feet set there and knocks it in. On the backboard there by Boston College, and this is again one of their 6 3-point shots in the first half, and they're just so lethal from there. Fade screen by Sherm. Eric Atkins knocks it in. Our big guys have done a much better job in the month of February screening for our perimeter guys. Eric Atkins was in a nice rhythm from the 3-point line. How about Zach August lining up this overplay steal? Length of the court flush. So proud of how he played back in front of his hometown folks, family and friends. Turnover, we're off in transition a little bit. Low post feed to Sherm. They double him. What a great pass out of the double team to Zach, and he attacks the bucket right there. Half-court offense again. Nice pro by Eric Atkins. Look at our bigs keeping it alive. Sherm keeps it alive. Tom stays with it. Second shots have been a key for us. and our big guys kept it alive. The end of half, we get VJ in the game, and he knocks down a three-point shot, and we're up 3 at halftime. Second half, real good curl and find. Again, Sherm's good screen opened him up for a roll for a layup. Great help by Sherm right there. Puts his big body up in front, gets the defensive rebound, and we're off in transition. Garrick really anchored us there defensively and then got us started. Nice early ball screen right there. Eric Atkins feeling good about his shot. Another good screen and roll. Zach rolling hard to the bucket. Great pass by Pat. 4 flash, a little entry we run against zone. Nice pass by Austin Burgett. Eric steps up and knocks it down. Big time rebound. Austin Burgett gave us 12 quality minutes. He was involved with everything on both ends of the floor. Really helped us. Total team effort. Throwing ahead to Steve Bastoria. He knocks down a 3-point shot. And we're feeling pretty good about our offensive situation. Good read right there. We come through on a baseline screen. Eric Atkins knocks down a baseline jump shot. Little Princeton kind of action right here. We guard the backdoor cut, but all of a sudden, Steve kind of gets lost, and they make a layup right there. Steve with a nice probe. He pulls it back out. We get a screen. We get ball reversal, and that's one heck of a drive by Pat Connaughton. That was a big possession because they were on a bit of a run. They stop a driving area here. How about this move? Pivot, back. Connaughton kind of sets the tone for us. Really a heck of a road win for us. And again, our 3 New England guys played great.
The final stats show the Irish shot 50% from the field for the first time since the Duke game and also out-rebounded the Eagles. Pat Connaughton led the Irish with 17 points, which included Pat hitting his first 5 shots of the game and a couple of huge moments in crunch time. Now, normally, we'd be raving about the fact that Marlborough, Massachusetts native Zach August had about 150 family and friends in attendance at the Boston College game. But the 400-plus fans who showed up to root on Pat Connaughton was truly stunning. Connaughton's reception is this week's ATI Physical Therapy Moment of the Week, and we begin with a look at Pat's pregame introduction.
At forward, a junior from Arlington, Massachusetts, 6'5", number 24, Connaughton.
Sounds like a home game, and those fans stayed to greet Pat after the game, and they would have stayed even if Pat had not played a good game. Coach, look at this. The crowd of Connaughton fans was estimated at somewhere between 400 and 500 friends and family came to Connie Forum the day after a snowstorm to cheer on their hometown hero. It's unbelievable.
I have never seen anything like that. Look at that. And again, it just shows you the kind of person he is and his family. His parents are great. They are loved. But I tell you what, those Connaughton fans helped us feel like we had a little bit of a home court atmosphere there. And again, I go back to Jack, how he delivered with all those people expecting it.
Now back on campus the next day, Pat himself was still marveling at the support he received at BC, which he says is just about a 10-minute drive from his childhood home.
The picture was crazy. I mean, luckily I got a taste of it at UConn and Providence my freshman year, but that was something else. I mean, I was walking out, and they happened to be right behind me. I didn't know where they were. All of a sudden I heard the cheering, and I couldn't do anything but smile.
Now, as we said, a terrific homecoming for all 3 New England natives. Did you prepare them any differently, or did they do a lot of this just on their own?
I think most of this was their own. I talked to them briefly about it just to kind of concentrate, but I thought their just individual maturity of going home, and you know what, all 3 of them are competitors. They wanted to deliver in front of their families and friends.
Now, it was a terrific homecoming for those 3 New England natives, but the most important item of the weekend was the fact the Irish got their first road win of the season. Here's what Coach Brey had to say to his team in the locker room after the game.
One thing we did, our offensive efficiency was excellent the whole time. And every time we had game pressure on, we really executed. And then we defended. We really got, I tell you what, we got great energy off the bench. Guys getting in and getting on us. Hell of a game. Really good. Toughness on the board. Guys giving us a lift off the bench. You know what? Let's build on it, man. Let's build on it.
It's time to get more. More of what you love. Because getting more is what you get with McDonald's new Dollar Menu and more. All your favorites are still here, plus a whole lot more. For just $1, get the crunchy, tangy, brand new barbecue ranch burger. And for only $2, bring home the thick-cut Applewood smoked bacon on the new Bacon Cheddar McChicken. Only on the Dollar Menu and more. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
You work hard for the money you earn.
I've got just enough.
That's why Meijer carries the name brand toys, electronics, and video games you love. All at low Meijer prices. Because even superheroes like to save money. Meijer makes the best things in life even better.
Coach, you had some real momentum as you headed down to take on Miami, but road games are hard, and you didn't get off to the start you wanted to.
We didn't, and Miami really got out of the gate shooting the basketball. You know, I was not expecting them to shoot it as well as they did, but they really knocked it in against us. And you're kind of digging out of a hole then the rest of the game. This was the first possession of the game. We get Pat on a curl, great screen by Zach August, and we're able to curl off that thing and get it going. Nice move by Sherm right there. Tough luck transition defense here. We're getting back to 23. We got to identify Brown. We don't do a good job identifying Brown right there, who can really shoot the basketball. Ball reversal right here. Pat Connaughton continues his hot streak and his confident play from up in Boston down in Miami. Little probe right here, a little too deep. You know, that's a little too deep, and that's too easy a shot right there. And again, Miami's feeling very good. This is good by Demetrius, where we kind of read that fade screen. He comes back up. What a great lift he gave us, Jack. His first game back, I thought he really played well against us. We get on the board right here, and we get a little bit of early offense. Demetrius does a good job pushing. And in transition, Pat's able to kind of get back up behind it, but Demetrius did a good job flattening the defense with some transition stuff. Nice probe right there. Eric probes, and now we got the two of them. Again, I like when Demetrius takes his three-point shot. The percentages say, go ahead and shoot that thing. Tough luck here. We end up getting the rebound, and we're off in transition again, trying to get some easy buckets, and that's a heck of a way to end the half. After a tough half, we knocked down a three, but even in the second half, they get going against us. We go a little small. Pat is the second big guy against their zone, and we're able to be a 4-around-1. Sherm in the post. He makes a nice pass on a cut by Pat Connaughton. Again, our smaller lineup was giving us hope to try and get back in this thing. Kick out here. You know, got to get out on him even more. Get a hand up on his jump shot because he can really shoot the basketball. Nice probe right there by Demetrius. The two freshmen find each other. VJ Beecham knocks down a shot for us to kind of get us going. Probe again. That's a heck of a move by D to get in there and finish around the bucket against their matchup zone. Eric Atkins with real good hands, and Pat finds Demetrius, and we're hanging around and feeling like we can make this thing interesting. Nice probe by Steve. We come back to Demetrius here. That's just a nice basketball play. Shot fake, one dribble. It's something we work on every day with our guys. Real good find here. Demetrius through to the corner, and we step up. Steve finds him, but he started with his transition probe. Nice pass right there to Sherm. Again, Demetrius Jackson with the ball. They were kind of triangling too on Pat and Eric, so D handled the ball. We find Pat for a three. We got this thing down to 4. Big steal right here with 40 seconds to go. We find Steve Bastoria. He knocks one down. We got a 1-point game. We're in this thing, and we're really trying to. D does a good job again. We get in there, knock it in, and we got this thing. It's 3-point game. This is the right decision to go and try and get a 2. Tough luck against the big guy right there. But again, I thought we really battled, and our 3 freshmen were really key in bringing us back and giving us a chance.
Folks, as you look at the final stats, I can tell you Notre Dame got back into the game by shooting just under 52% in the second half, when they also made 7 of their season-high 13 threes. Pat Connaughton made 6 of those threes on the way to a season-high 22 points. Well, maybe most encouraging, most encouraging, Demetrius Jackson returns from his week away and turns in the best performance of his career with career highs of 17 points, 5 assists, and great focus on the court.
He was fabulous. And you know what? I'm so proud of him. He handled his business. He got caught up academically, and he came back really engaged. And man, did he give us a lift. And I expect him to be good the rest of the way.
You rarely see him in games, but in practice, he is one of the hardest working members of this Notre Dame basketball team. When we come back, we'll sit down with Notre Dame senior walk-on Pat Crowley. Pat Crowley graduated from St. Francis High School in Los Gatos, California with high honors, while also serving as a co-captain of the basketball team his senior year. He is achieving that same kind of success at Notre Dame, where he's about to graduate from the Mendoza College of Business while also wrapping up his 3rd year as a walk-on member of the Notre Dame basketball team. He is achieving all this using the same formula for success that he used in high school: hard work.
I feel like just to be a walk-on, you obviously have to be a good player, but you got to have the right attitude. You just have to continually work hard and be supportive. That's all they're looking for at the end of the day.
Co-captain your team at St. Francis, first team in the history of the school to go 14-0 in league play your senior year, NorCal champion, state finalist. You had some real options maybe to play more, but Notre Dame outweighed the opportunity maybe to get more minutes on the floor.
I had a couple offers to walk on. Some California schools, and I thought at the end of the day, like, I'd rather go to Notre Dame, be a student, as opposed to playing basketball somewhere else. If I didn't make the team, I'm still a Notre Dame student at the end of the day, going to get my degree, hopefully. My dad went here. It was always in the family. I just loved Notre Dame football and Notre Dame basketball, and when I made the team, it was just a dream come true.
Describe the role of the walk-on on a Mike Brey coach team.
For me personally, it's my game days. I get excited to practice every day. Some of the guys kind of get upset with me because I get after it a little bit, foul a lot. I love practice. I work hard. I get a good sweat in, and at the end of the day, I feel good after practice is over.
What's it been like to play for Coach Brey?
It's been great. I've watched him for 2 or 3 years before I came to school here. Even my freshman year as a student, in the student section, it was awesome. And to get that shot sophomore year to make the team, I just couldn't wish for anything better.
Your dad's been president of the Oakland A's since 1998, so basically probably as long as you can remember. What kind of impact has that had on you?
I've always been comfortable around sports. I can remember from a young age, hanging out in the locker room with my dad. Jason Jambi would come up behind me and give me a huge squeeze, and I'd be scared to death because he was just a huge guy. But like I said, I've always been comfortable around it, and it feels like an easy place for me to be in.
How do you think you've changed since you first set foot on campus?
I think I've gotten a lot, smarter. I'm a little bit less mature being around these guys every day. Definitely gotten, stronger and faster. But I think I've developed into more of a man, just, being at Notre Dame and, the lessons I've learned on this basketball team.
What do you think your proudest moment's going to be? Is getting that degree going to be the proudest moment, or is it going to be balanced with being able to wear that uniform behind you all the time?
Oh, it's definitely going to be a balance. Getting that degree is huge, but also making that team sophomore year was probably one of the best things I've done in my life so far.
And Coach, Pat has really helped your team over the course of the last 3 years.
He really is. The first thing to talk about is he's really a good player, and Eric Atkins hates playing against him because he can really defend. But there's a maturity, as you saw right there, that even as a sophomore was a key part of our team. And this year as a senior, he's really done a good job helping the young guys. Pat is an example of a young man, a mature young man, and we're very proud of him.
This week's Ask Coach Brey question, and Pat Crowley takes his turn on the Inside Notre Dame Basketball Fast Break Hot Seat right after this timeout.
Before they earned enough cash back from Bank of America to help pay for Benny's expenses. Before they earned 1% back on all purchases, everywhere, every time. And 2% back at the grocery store. Even before earning 3% back on gas, with no hoops to jump through. They opened a Bank Americard Cash Rewards credit card just in time to open their hearts. That's the magnitude of rewarding connections. Apply online or at a Bank of America near you.
It's time now for this week's Ask Coach Brey question, presented by CBTS. This week's question comes from Jamie in Mishawaka. Jamie asks, Coach, what do you see as Steve Astoria's strengths on the basketball court?
It's a great question, Jamie. First of all, his overall feel for the game. He's an underrated defender. It's one of the reasons he's playing as many minutes. He's really a good, solid individual defender and team defender, shot maker. He's got good size. Bright future for us.
Earlier in our show, you saw the serious side of senior walk-on Pat Crowley, so we thought it only fair that you also get to see his lighter side as he takes his turn on the Inside Notre Dame Basketball Fast Break Hot Seat. First car you ever drove?
Honda Accord.
Get up early or sleep in?
Get up early.
What did you do on your first date?
First date, I went to Granite City.
Who was your role model?
My dad.
One thing the public would be surprised to learn about you.
I was born in North Carolina and I'm from California now. So.
Favorite NBA player?
Monte Ellis.
Favorite part of practice?
3 stops.
Worst part of practice?
I guess 3-on-0, 4-on-0.
Favorite sport to watch other than basketball?
Soccer.
Player on the team who is most like you?
Probably Austin.
One thing you always hear from Coach Brey in practice?
Compete.
Best nickname on the team and who has it?
I guess Burger.
Toughest player to guard?
Meach.
Best dunker on the team?
VJ.
Worst dunker on the team?
Eric.
Best dresser on the team?
Zach.
Worst dresser on the team?
Tom.
Free throw contest, who wins, you or Coach Brey?
Coach Brey.
He is going to go on and be a success in life regardless of what he does.
Yeah, he's a winner, big-time winner, great family, and he has meant so much to our program. We'll miss him. Those are tough shoes to fill for the next walk-on.
4 games remain on Notre Dame's regular season schedule. We'll take a look at the first 2 right after this timeout.
You work hard for the money you earn.
I've got just enough.
That's why Meijer carries the name brand toys, electronics, and video games you love. All at low Meijer prices. Because even superheroes like to save money. Meijer makes the best things in life even better.
I'm very happy I made the switch.
It's easy.
They're great.
As I go out, being nervous about going out into the world.
You switch because
for what you get and what they give back.
Of the people.
It'd just be another thing that I know is there for me all the time.
It's a no-brainer.
It's about family. It's about values. It's about doing things the right way.
And that's why I'm sticking with them.
You just get sucked in, and it's great. We're there.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Come home.
You know you're going to get the best when you go to Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
Next up for the Irish, a rematch with Virginia on the road Saturday afternoon. And Coach, I think you raised some eyebrows back in December when you were talking about Virginia being the best team in the ACC. Well, here we are, the end of February, and they're in first place in the ACC.
Yeah, they're really good, Jack. It's the one team that has thumped us. You know, we had no answer for them. We turned the ball over 20 times in our building. So an amazing test in their building. With them. And then Georgia Tech, a game we felt we let slip away in Atlanta, a rematch with them. But again, a chance for us to kind of try and build some momentum. I think we have a little bit right now before we go to Greensboro for the ACC tournament.
Now, Wednesday is Notre Dame Faculty and Staff Appreciation Night. All ND faculty and staff will receive a free ticket to the game when you buy a ticket to the game at Purcell Pavilion on game night, or you can take advantage of the deal right now on UND.com by using the promo code ND staff, and certainly that crowd can help you against Georgia Tech.
Well, we need them. We only have 2 home games left, and to get a home win against Georgia Tech would be a key, and then you got Pittsburgh coming in later in the week, but we could use a welcome home against the boys from Atlanta on Wednesday.
For a team that plays really hard every night. That will do it for this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball. We'll be back next week with all the highlights of the Virginia and Georgia Tech games. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Irish.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Brey has been presented by Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and Sprint. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy, Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity, Meijer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and GPS.